I'm talking with Dawn Landis here in Studio B. Her 2020 release, Row, and it is a music for a musical. And I don't know what you plan to do today. I'll leave that to you, and you can tell us which song you want to do next.
Well, I'll play another one from Row.
Okay.
This one is, it's interesting you say vocally challenging. This is actually a duet, but I'm going to sing it as just me because it's just me. But it's a duet between Tori, who is the rower, and Amelia Earhart, who basically she is in the middle of her journey, and she's been about 2 months on the ocean with no communication from anyone. She's completely isolated. No one's following her or anything. She's just in a small boat that she's built herself, and she's trying to row from North Carolina to France, and she's about 2/3 of the way there, and she's going a little bit nuts because she's been isolated for so long, and she hallucinates this conversation with a bird, a petrel, the birds that sort of alight on water and never really land, and she names it Amelia, and they sing this duet. So this is called Oh, Amelia. Who owns the sea? Who owns the sky? Out here underneath the stars, we set our course and fly. Of course we fly. Oh, Amelia, I'm about as old as you. When you took your solo flight in 1932. Oh, Amelia, maybe our paths crossed when you came down from the clouds to avoid the frost. How did you want to be remembered? How did you want to be remembered? Even though you lost the adventure, was it still worthwhile? How did you want to be remembered? How did you want to be remembered? Even though you lost the adventure, was it worth your time? Who owns the sea? Who owns the sky? Out here underneath the stars, we'll be at home a while, you and I. Oh, Amelia, did you feel any doubt? Falling from 3,000 feet that time that you spun out. Oh, Amelia, you caught yourself all right and showed the world a woman's place is sometimes first in flight. How did you want to be remembered? How did you want to be remembered? Even though you lost the adventure, was it still worthwhile? How did you want to be remembered? How did you want to be remembered? Spread your silver wings of adventure and go out in style. The best things of mankind are as useless as Amelia Earhart's adventure. They're the things that are undertaken not for some measured result, but because someone, not counting the costs or calculating the consequences, is moved by curiosity, a love of excellence, a point of honor, the compulsion to make or to understand. They have in them the free and useless energy with which alone they surpass themselves. It is wild and it is free. But all the heroes, the saints, the seers, the explorers, and the creators partake of it. They do not know what they discover. They do not know where their impulse is taking them. They can give no account in advance of where they are going or explain completely where they've been. They do the useless, brave, noble, the divinely foolish, and the very wisest things done by man. And what they prove to themselves and to others is that we are no mere creatures of habit, no mere automatons in our routine, no mere cogs in the machine, but that in the dust of which we're made, there is also fire, lighted now and then by great winds from the sky. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? Even if you lose the adventure, is it worth your while? How do you want to be remembered?
Dawn Landis here in Studio B. Beautiful song.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's probably one of the most intriguing mysteries of our time.
Yeah.
Young people still get caught up in learning about what the heck happened to Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
And we may never know.
We might.
We might someday when we
Although
cross
I feel
over.
like every once in a while I get a piece of news. They found her jacket, or they found this piece of evidence. People are still interested.
And then a lot of times they'll go, "Well, we can't prove it."
Yep.
They can't prove that it was hers.
Yep.
And it's just fascinating, and it fascinates writers, musicians. I remember this is going to sound dorky, but I remember an episode of Star Trek Voyager.
Love it.
Do you remember this episode
I
where
don't know.
they went to some planet? They were receiving a really odd AM radio signal and whatever, and they went to this planet, and there was a bunch of people there. One of them was Amelia Earhart.
Wow.
Right.
They found her.
Supposedly the aliens had scooped her and certain select other people up and planted them on that planet. I don't know. No, it was no Elvis. But I was trying to remember who some of the other people were. But they put them in these stasis things. Anyway, it was fascinating to muse about that. And
That's cool. Yeah.
I wonder if Amelia's out there somewhere on Planet Z, or something. But.
That's great.
Yeah, and she couldn't have picked a better person to have a little kind of noggin conversation with there, right?
Oh, and I should mention also, if anybody's curious, if you have Audible, you can hear the whole musical in its entirety with all the dialogue and the actors and everything. We recorded that instead of doing the production in 2020. We did a whole version with the cast.
Okay.
And so that's out there if you want to hear the
and
whole
it's titled
story.
Row.
It's called Row, R-O-W. Mm-hmm.
Pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to find. Now, you kind of grew up, at least in a lot of the formative years there in Louisville, but you wound up in Brooklyn, New York after that, right?
Yeah.
And what took you to Brooklyn?
I went to NYU to go to college, and it's funny, I just applied. My mom's sitting out there, she'll probably laugh, but I just applied. I applied to all these schools in New York City. I'd never been there before, and I only applied to New York schools pretty much. I just wanted to go there. I don't know. I had this idea in my mind that that's where Bob Dylan went, and that's where everybody goes to make music.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I did. I went there and made some music.
I was waiting for you to go. Yeah, Brooklyn because of the Beastie Boys. No. Oh, but that's great though. I mean, and sure enough, you got into the music, and
I did.
And how many years were you there?
I was in New York for almost 16 years.
Wow.
Yep. Long time.
So the music scene goes without saying. It's humongous.
Yep. Yeah, it's big, but it's small. I mean, it's a huge place, but
But family.
Probably, yeah. And within genres, I think it's not too big.
Ah. Yeah. Well, let's remind everybody, Dawn Landis will be at New Belgium Brewing in Asheville, starting about 5:30 today.
Yep.
Early show.
Yeah, come on out.
Then on August 12th, you're back here in Kakalaki at the Forest Theater in Chapel Hill.
I am. Are you familiar with paper hand puppets at all?
Sorta.
They do the most beautiful art. Their puppets are pieces of art. They're these giant paper mache creations, and I saw their show last year and fell in love with it. But they've been around for 20 years, and it's just a very magical experience. So I'm going to perform before they do their opening night, which will be really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's at the Forest Theater in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
You are going to be, seemed like I read, you got Julian Pinelli with you tonight? Did I read that somewhere, or am I thinking of someone else?
I don't think so.
Okay,
no.
never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. But I was reading on, and you are going across the big drink, and you're not gonna be rowing.
No.
But you're going over to Norway
Yeah.
and Sweden and
Yeah,
where
I'm doing
else?
a Scandinavian tour that was rescheduled. It was supposed to happen in 2020. But yeah, it'll be nice. My husband will come and play keyboards and we have a little tiny baby too, so he'll come.
Yeah, I saw. Cute.
Yeah.
Have you done European shows
For some reason, I've toured more in Europe than I have over here, and I don't know why. It's just the way it sort of worked out.
All over Europe and even in
Mostly,
Asia?
Mostly, the UK and France and Spain and Scandinavia. But
Okay.
I've traveled to a couple
All right.
places. Yeah.
New album in the works? Are you
I've got
still,
some ideas.
or I was going to say, were you worn out after writing Row?
No, yeah, Row was exhausting. I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to do another musical. It took a lot out of me. But yeah, I've got something brewing, but
Okay. All right. Well, no, you don't have to reveal anything. I'm just like, just trying to put a little bit of hope out there for the listeners. So
great. Yes, there will be music, I promise.
And you can bet Dawn will make sure we have it to play for you, right?
Yeah, you got it.
You've come back to see us, a couple times in the
I
last
know.
3
I
or 4
love
years.
this station.
Well, thank you, and we like to have you, and we want you back again whenever you have the opportunity.